Alright, shalom, shalom. We're the real Hebrew Israelites coming day in and day out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America. Alright, first off and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect, wherever you may be. And basically, to the spirit, the topic is it's going to be how Yahawashi is wisdom. That wisdom that Yahweh speaks about, man. Alright? Because by him all things are created. But what flows through all things? Wisdom itself, man. Alright? So I'm going to start with that Sirach, the first chapter, the first couple of verses. Like 3, 4, 5, something like that.
This is Sirach 1 and 1. You should start at 1?
Yeah, you started at 1.
All wisdom cometh from the Lord and is with him forever. Who can number the sand of the sea and the drops of rain and the days of eternity? Who can find out the height of heaven and the breadth of the earth and the deep and wisdom?
Right, so the Lord power, Yahweh, and he knows all, man. Omnipotent, man. Right? He knows all, man. And from him that gift wisdom cometh. Go ahead.
Wisdom has been created before all things, and the understanding of prudence from everlasting. The word of the Most High is the fountain of wisdom, and her ways are everlasting commandments.
Right, the words of Yahweh, right? The words of God. Who's the word?
Got it right here.
All right.
This is St. John chapter 1 and verse I'm starting at 10. He was in the world. I'm starting at 9. That was the true light which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not.
Right, there you go. Hey, that wisdom that was created, man.
Yep. He said he made the world, and the world knew him not, right? Verse 14. And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth.
So that wisdom was made into flesh.
That's
and
right.
It said the only begotten. But what did it say in that Sirach? It says wisdom was created.
That's right.
By Yahweh himself. Alright? That was his only begotten son, Yahawashi, man.
That's right. And that was it on that one. That's it, John. I'm gonna grab that Colossians. This is Colossians 1. 15. Who is the image? I'm gonna start up.
Yeah.
It's Colossians 1 and 12. Giving thanks unto the Father which hath made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light. Alright, that same light we read about in that John, man. Yahawashi is that light. Okay?
Right, this should be the light to the Gentiles. This should be your wisdom, right? You should have it as the frontlets of your eyes, because Yahawashi is above the law and the prophets, man. He is that wisdom. What is our wisdom? Keeping the law, right? What did he say? It is contained in me. I come in the volume of the whole book.
That's
to
right.
the law and to the prophets, man. All right? So all the wisdom, man, that is Yahawashi. He embodies that.
So remember that in the light part, right? Like the brother just quoted those precepts, right? Who have delivered us from the power of darkness and have translated us to the kingdom of his dear son. So it said we came into the light. We came into the kingdom of his dear son. All right? Because, through the spirit, we're one with Yahawashi, man. We're now counted as children of light, according to Ephesians 5. In whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins, who is the image of the invisible power, the firstborn of every creature. And we read in the Sirach, it said the wisdom was created in the beginning by the Lord, man. All right? It says wisdom was brought up with the Lord, man. Okay? So it said wisdom is like say Yahawashi is the image of the invisible power, right? The first created, just like wisdom, This is Wisdom of Solomon 7, and 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of the Most High, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. All right? For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High, and the image of his goodness.
Unspotted. Was not Yahawashi blameless?
Without blemish, unspotted.
Yeah.
And it said Yahawashi is the image of the Most High. It said wisdom is that unspotted mirror, man.
Yep.
All right, is that image. And it said what? Wisdom is the brightness of the everlasting light, man. All right. Hey, let me see if I can find this one real quick too. While it's on my mind, my spirit, I don't want to forget it. I don't know if it's in Sirach or Wisdom of Solomon. I was just looking at it about that light. Okay, it's verse 29. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7:29. For she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all the order of stars, being compared with the light, she is found before it. So wisdom is that true light. And what is Yahawashi called? That bright morning star.
Ooh, yeah.
It said the Son of Righteousness. Let me pull that one up. The Son of Righteousness shall come upon thee, man. Yahawashi is that. He is the wisdom, man. It's Malachi 4, and I'm gonna start at 1 and hit verse 2. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. Yahawashi is called the Son of Righteousness, man. All right, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. All right. So back in Colossians 1:16. I'm going to hit 15 over. Who is the image of the invisible power, the firstborn of every creature, for by him are all things created, that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things are created by him and for him. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. And that's heavy, because that wisdom Solomon said wisdom moves through all things. All right, because Yahawashi is that wisdom, man. All right, he was wisdom made manifest, man.
All right, it says thrones, kingdoms, right?
Principalities, powers, all things.
Hey, Yahawashi said he said by me, kings and princes do decree justice, basically. All right. Matter of fact, yeah, that's that Proverbs 8. Yeah, we'll read it.
I'm getting Proverbs 8 right now.
Yeah.
This is Proverbs 8. And verse, I'm going to start at 1 and jump down. Proverbs 8:1. Doth not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice? So, I'm going to keep going. She stands in the top of high places, by the way, in the places of the paths. She cried at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming in, at the doors.
Yeah, that's the voice of the Lord going out. Through his prophets, which is his mouthpiece. What do we speak of? Yahawashi, which is that wisdom. All right?
Okay. So now, verse 6. Hear, for I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing froward or perverse in them. All right, verse 12. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence. Now, this is King Solomon speaking. Now, he's saying this wisdom talking, but he's also writing in first person, man. Because Yahawashi is King Solomon reincarnate, man. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence and find out knowledge of witty inventions. The fear of Yahweh is to hate evil and evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the froward mouth do I hate. Counsel is mine, and Yahawashi is called what? The
mighty counsel.
That's right. And sound wisdom. I am understanding, I have strength. By me kings reign, and princes decree justice. By me princes rule, and no.
No, we back.
By me, princes rule, and nobles, even all the judges of the earth. Hey, so who set up kings, man? All right, Yahawashi. All right. I love them that love me, and those that
Go ahead.
and those that seek me early shall find me. Riches and honor are with me, yea, durable riches and righteousness.
Right, and that's a quote Yahawashi said. I love them. How does it go? I love them that seek me. But go ahead. I'll find the picture, man. Go ahead.
It's like let me so I can find what you're trying to quote. So John said, "You love me, keep my commandments." But it's more than this. I'm gonna hit verse 20. I lead in the way of righteousness, in the midst of the paths of judgment. How should I say? Well, He is the way, the truth, and the light, man. He is that way, man. He is the wisdom. That I may cause those that love me to inherit substance, and I will fear their treasures. Yahweh possessed me in the beginning of His way, before His works of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was.
Let me precept that real quick. From everlasting, right? Hey, that's Sirach 1 and 4. Wisdom has been created before all things, and the understanding of prudence from everlasting, I believe it says.
The word, Sirach 1 and 4. Wisdom has been created before all things, and the understanding of prudence from everlasting.
Right, just like you just read. From everlasting, man. All right? That wisdom. Right? Just like that Micah 5 speaks about. Thy king cometh, who reigns from everlasting to everlasting. That same wisdom, which is Yahawashi.
This is Isaiah. It's like I thought it was chapter 11. It must be chapter 9. Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, because remember we was going back to wisdom being poured out upon everything. Verse 9. This is Sirach 1 and 9. He created her, saw her, and numbered her, and poured her out upon all His works. So hey, this is that same wisdom, Yahawashi, man. All right? Because when you read in that Colossians, it said, by Him all things in heaven and earth was made. Principalities, angels, so on and so on.
He was the firstborn of all things. That's right. So that means He has to be wisdom. This Isaiah, it's more than that, so like.
No, go ahead.
This Isaiah 9 and 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us the son is given, and the government shall be upon His shoulder, and His name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. So it says everlasting, man.
Yep. And this verse 5, the Sirach 1:5, it says, the word of the Most High is the fountain of water. Is the fountain of wisdom. What did Yahawashi tell the disciples? All right? From your belly shall flow what?
Rivers of living water.
There you go, man. Because Yahawashi gave them that water to drink, man. All right? And they would never be thirsty because they had Yahawashi. They were speaking Yahawashi, man. You know? So here's that same wisdom. The same wisdom we have today is Yahawashi, that comforter. The stability of our times. It's Yahawashi, man. All right? The book, the word.
That's right. Proverbs 8 and 23. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. When there was no depths, I was brought forth. When there were no fountains abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth. While as yet He had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world. When He prepared the heavens, I was there. When said He accomplished upon the face of the depth, when He established the clouds above, when He strengthened the fountains of the deep.
Right, so for wisdom to be there, well, who was there before any of it was made? And by whom was it created? Yahawashi. So this is Yahawashi speaking, man. Because by Him, those things were created, man. All right?
Oh man. Yeah, this is St. John 8:38. I speak that which I have seen with my Father. No, this ain't the one, but it's perfect. This work though. I speak that which I have seen with my Father, and you do that which you have seen with your father. Is another one. It says the things I do is because I've seen in my Father. Hold on, Salakia. Let me do one more search. But it don't work this way now. Let it go. But Yahawashi said it, man. He said the thing he do is what he learned of his father. He can do nothing else. Fuck. All right. Well, I can't remember how it's worded, but it basically says that, man. Yahawashi said it. He said the things I do is what I've seen in my Father, and he said glorify me as I had in the beginning, because he was there in the beginning. He was there before the foundation of the earth, man. Because Yahawashi is that wisdom. Let's see that. Oh man, I can't find that one, man. Salaki, bear with me, man. I'm kind of salty. I can't find this. Okay. This is another one. This St. John 17. This St. John 17 and 4. I have glorified, verse 3. And this is life eternal, that they might know thee, the only one, the only true power, and Yahawashi HaMashiach whom thou hast sent. I have glorified thee on the earth. I have finished the work which thou gavest me to do. And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thy own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was. So Yahawashi was there before the world, man. He was glorified before the world was even made, man. Because he is that wisdom. He's that firstborn, man. Or he's the image of our Father. Wish I can remember that other one. Anyway, I ain't going to dwell on it too much. It'll come back around, but I wish I could get it to share with y'all. You got that one? So I'll look forward to doing that then.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 8. I'm going to start with, we'll start at 11. All right, this is the Wisdom of Solomon. I should be found of quick conceit and judgment, and should be admired in the sight of great men, which Solomon did. All right? It says, I should be found of quick conceit and judgment. Who has that quickening spirit? All right? Yahawashi, man. All right? Verse 12. When I hold my tongue, they shall bide my leisure, and when I speak, they should give good ear unto me. If I talk much, they should lay their hands over upon their mouths. Because guess what? Nobody could naysay Yahawashi. All right? When he spoke, everybody heard him. All right? It says, moreover, by the means of her, I shall obtain immortality and leave behind me an everlasting memorial to them that come after me. And are we not followers of Yahawashi? He has left the everlasting memorial, man. Okay? It says...
basically, King Solomon got that original glory back. He's now known as Yahawashi, the son of Yahweh, man. As the Lord told King David that King Solomon would be, the son of the Most High, because that's what he was from the beginning.
It says, he said, I shall obtain immortality. And he's the author of our salvation, man. The first to come back from that death and live forever. He's the first of the first fruits. It says, verse 14, I shall set the people in order, and the nations shall be subject unto me. When you read Daniel 7, that Son of Man has what? All the kingdoms he's going to have dominion over, man. All right? So this is Yahawashi in his perfected glory, man. All right? And like the brother was saying, he's going to get that original glory back. The same glory that he had originally with Yahweh, like the brother was saying, before the world began, man. All right? Hey, what other time, to what other angel did Yahawashi, this is my son who I'm well pleased? All right, I forgot. I mixed both, but.
And and what angel did the Father say at any point? You are my son.
Come. Yep. So, hey, this is that wisdom, man, that has gone throughout the earth. Because that good news, that gospel, this truth, this is Yahawashi, man. All right? Simply put.
He's the word. Hey, this is 1 Corinthians 1:30. But of him are ye in Hamashiach Yahawashi. Mashiach is the Hebrew for saying Messiah, anointed. Because Christ is a false God. All right? Who of the Most High is made unto us wisdom. So I'm going to read that over. But of him, this is 1 Corinthians 1:30. But of him are ye in Hamashiach Yahawashi, who of Yahweh is made unto us wisdom, and righteousness, and sanctification, and redemption, that according as it is written, he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord. So this scripture plainly said that Yahawashi is made unto us wisdom. He is wisdom, and he is the righteousness. He is the sanctification. He is our redemption. All right, the Lord is establishing an order that was set up from the beginning. Now it's about to be manifest everywhere, man, on earth. All right, Yahweh, then Yahawashi, and you got those that's in Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahawashi, man, which is called the elect, man.
Hey, so with that, and we pray that the elect was edified. We like to say all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahawashi, Ba'asham, Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, a great millstone, and salutations to the elect, wherever you may be. Bye.
It was John the 5th chapter.
Yep, John the 5th chapter.